Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're taking a look at a new Microbrand from HOUTMAN from Western Australia. And it's a pretty cool watch. It's a very interesting dive watch, and they're coming to Kickstarter pretty soon. Figured I'd give you a little preview and tell you what the watch is all about and my thoughts on it. This is not the packaging the watch will come in, by the way. This is just for reviewers. And yeah, they're samples of the actual watch. But let me just open this and we'll see the watch. So let me just get this out of here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Everyone is staying safe. And for a first look, it looks like a pretty cool dive watch. I know there's a Miyota 9039 in here. It's an automatic high beat Japanese movement, which is pretty cool. On the case back, we have the special dog from the town in Perth, Australia. And yeah, it looks like a pretty neat dive watch. Let me just brush this off, and we'll get. Is that a loomed crown as well? Wow, pretty cool. Let me just brush this off. We'll get right into it, guys. And here is the HOUTMAN Pilbara right in front of you, as you can see, with that nice grainy black dial. And yeah, look, it's a pretty well-made watch. It feels nice in the hands. A little kind of Bauhaus style mixed with a little Blancpain style kind of bezel there. Pretty cool. The dimensions, well, let's get into that. The case is crafted of solid 316L stainless steel, pretty much the industry standard for a decent timepiece here. We have a watch diameter, or the case diameter, of 41 millimeters, which is really all not that bad. Case thickness at 11.8 millimeters, including the sapphire crystal, which is actually really thin for an automatic dive watch. Now, the crystal, it says, is slightly domed with anti-reflective coating as well. It is a very legible dial, and that kind of grainy black textured dial really helps with legibility as well. Yeah, you have some nice block long rectangular hands, as well as a little rectangle on the seconds hand, brushed hands, filled with BGW9, as well as all the applied markers, which actually sit over the grainy dial. And we have a loomed bezel as well with BGW9, which glows blue, which is Swiss loom, and it's one of the best looms you can use on a watch. Now, the movement inside is a Miyota 9039 automatic caliber. We get 200 meters of water resistance, allowing this to be a true dive watch. It has a screw-down crown, a screw-down case back as well. As you can see, the crown is actually loomed, so they loomed it with their little logo here, and I'll show you that towards the end of the video, which is pretty cool. We get a 120-click dive bezel to time your dives as well. Now the dials, there's a lot of information. So this is coming to Kickstarter. There's going to be a lot of different variations, straps, optional straps, and a whole bunch of interesting stuff. If you check out their website or their Kickstarter link, I will leave that in the description below. You can also follow them on Instagram at HOUTMAN_watch or on Facebook at HOUTMANwatch. This is going to be their first release, so I think they're doing a pretty good job so far. In my opinion, I really like black divers, so this black grainy dial would probably be my choice if I were to back the campaign. Now, in terms of finishing on the actual case, let's take a closer look. We have a nice brushed finish with little chamfering on the portion over here. Very nice. It looks pretty good. The brushing is really smooth. They definitely did a good job on the brushing on the case. So you can see those lug tops are all chamfered and polished, which looks pretty good. Now, the Pilbara Diver will actually be offered in 3 different dial options. So if you don't like this black one, don't worry. There are a bunch of different dial options and 2 stretch gold colors. So you have the Pilbara Rock, which is a kind of reddish color. Then you have the Pilbara Blue, which is a deep metallic sunburst effect blue. And then you have the Pilbara Jade, which is a deep shade of green with a metallic sunburst as well. And then the stretch gold dial colors are the black right here and a salt white. Interesting to see that. Salt white. Would really like to see that one. That would probably be pretty cool with the white dial and the black bezel. I think that would look pretty cool. A lot of people are really into the white dial divers now with the black bezels, like the Seamaster 300, the new one. Now, taking a look at this case back, this dog is actually pretty cool. There's actually a little special story behind this dog. So, the Pilbara Diver caseback's embossed with the Pilbara mascot, which is the red dog, the Pilbara Wanderer, which is actually a beloved local legend, well known for his travels through the Pilbara region of Western Australia. If I get you in a little closer there, it's pretty it's done very good. I mean, it's very nice. The detailing is definitely there. Case back screwed down, some basic specifications. And I think it's just enough, you know, stainless steel, sapphire crystal, Houtman watches, water resistant, automatic. So pretty cool. Now a little more history on the actual word Pilbara. So the Pilbara dive watch, which you're seeing right here, gets its name and inspiration from the Pilbara region in northwestern Australia, which is actually a very hot, dry, and ancient land which straddles the Indian Ocean on the west and the dry, harsh deserts to the east. It's approximately the same land size as Spain, or twice the size of the UK. That's pretty big. I must say that's a pretty big place over here in Western Australia. Now, all of the dials get their inspirations from different things. For example, the rock dial is drawn from the red earth of the region. The green dial is taken from the jade, a soft carving rock, which is found local. And the black dial is from the iron ore and mineral sands from the region. The blue dial, of course, is from the Indian Ocean, which has very blue water. And the dog caseback. So Red Dog, a little information on Red Dog there, little doggy. This was inspired by Red Dog the caseback, who was a legend of the Pilbara area. He was known for his travels throughout the region, often achieved by stopping cars on the road by walking into their path, at which point he would jump travel to wherever the car was going. That's pretty crazy. He traveled as far as Perth in the south and north to Broome. So that's pretty cool. So the caseback's a tribute to this dog Pilbara, in case you didn't know that. Now before I get into a little more specifications on the movement and such, some loom. The rewards on Kickstarter, so you're looking at basically $350 US, watch only, watch and leather strap. The early bird watch, leather strap, rubber strap, and a watch roll will be $370 limited to $50. And then you have the founder reward, which is the same rewards I just listed, with slight increases. That's, of course, if you're late. And a bunch of different stretch goals. They told me they are working on a stainless steel 5-link bracelet with solid end links. That will be a stretch goal number 1. And then you go on for the kangaroo strap, which is the last stretch goal. And of course the black and white dials at 2 and 3 stretch goals. Add-ons, you can always add on the kangaroo leather strap as well for about $60 US, which is pretty cool. An actual kangaroo leather band. Let's get into it though. Let's really see how this thing actually functions. So first, let's take a look at the bezel. It's a big thing for a lot of people. It's pretty smooth. Very minimal backplay. Very nice action. Very good grip. No issue there. And everything does line up to the 12 o'clock position, so that's good to see on their prototypes. You do get some very good grip here on the side with this coin edging. Now the movement, the Miyota 9039 beats at 4 Hertz. Unscrew the crown, let's give it some juice. Very smooth, very good crown grip here. So you can see it comes out a little more, which is very nice. And there she goes. There she goes. So this movement beats at 4 Hertz or 28,800 beats per hour. As you can see, that nice smooth sweep. Same beat rate as an ETA 2824 Sellita SW200. It has hand winding, it has hacking, and they're relatively accurate. This one's keeping very good time at like 3 or 4 seconds plus a day. So that's really good to see. Now there's only one position. This is a no date movement, no ghost date here. Pull that out. That's a very nice, very smooth. I like that. We can set the time here. I'm going to set the time to 10:10. Very legible dial if you really take a look at it, right guys? I mean, you can really read this thing from a glance. 10:10. Push that back in and screw the crown back down. As simple as that. As you can see, the actual markers are actually separate and placed over this black dial. So it gives it a bit more visual excitement, I'd say. Then we have the Loom Dial here, which is pretty good. I will get you a Loom Shot. I already did test the Loom. Over here, we're looking at their genuine leather band, and please be advised, this buckle will be signed, and everything will be top-notch. As you can see, genuine leather here, and I believe this is 20 or 22 millimeters, not sure. I believe it's a 22 millimeter strap here. And yeah, I mean, you have 2 keepers here. It feels good from the outside. It's kind of tough, you know, which should be for a diver. You don't want this thing to fall off. But yeah, just a pretty standard strap there. There's Pilbara hanging out on the case back. So yeah, just a very simple diver, HOUTMAN printed below the 12, automatic 200 meters above the 6 o'clock position. And yeah, just a really, it feels like a solid case though. I really noticed that. It's very thin, but it's very solid, and you really feel it. It's definitely well finished and cut. I did notice that. Let me put this bad boy on my 6.5-inch wrist, and we'll see what she looks like. Now there is the HOUTMAN Pilbara on my 6.5-inch wrist. As you can see, wears very low on the wrist, and it really kind of conforms on the wrist very nicely. As you can see there, no sharp edges or nothing like that hitting my hand. And yeah, from all different angles, it's pretty legible. Even from the side, you can really read the time. As you can see, it's pretty comfortable. Pretty cool little diver here. Let me get this off. I really want to see the loom, so let's get into the Loom Shot, because a lot of you guys really love Loom Shots. So let's see what it's all about. See if it's strong, how long it lasts, if it's quite potent. And there she is, all loomed up for you. As you can see, that nice blue hue loom, which looks pretty good. We're getting a little darker here. The bezel is definitely filled in very nicely. The hands are pretty bright as well. And if you look at that crown, the crown is loomed. They did a good job looming the crown, actually. That's pretty strong. Usually a lot of the crowns fade pretty quickly, but this one is pretty strong. So yeah, the loom is pretty decent for BGW9, and I think it's definitely legible at night. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new HOUTMAN release coming to Kickstarter very soon. I will drop all that information in the description below so you can check them out. What I've seen so far, it's a very well-built case. It's cut nicely, it's finished nicely. The dial is actually really nice. There are no quality control issues, at least on my sample. The bezel action is good. We're getting a 9039 for $350 ship, $350, around $350 US dollars converted from Aussie, which is pretty typical of a 200-meter dive watch with a 9039 Miyota. It's a reliable movement. These movements last for, many years without service intervals. And I do own a few watches with 9015s, which is basically a 9039 with a date. And they're very reliable, accurate, and they beat at 4 hertz. And you don't really, usually you get some rotor spin. You can hear it, but it's not wobbling like the watch like crazy. It should not be an issue. But yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's a pretty decent offering. And yeah, I think it would look nice on the stainless steel bracelet. They'll probably reach that stretch goal knowing this design and style. I think a lot of people will really like this watch. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the HOUTMAN Pilbara. And yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. We'll talk down there. And I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks so much. Bye.